Hey everyone, it's Kimmy. I am Mama on a Mission, and I am a 14-year online reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Depop, and I'm also a Whatnot Live reseller. And today and most Mondays, I do a Ship With Me What Sold combo video where I share with you all the things that sold for me over the weekend. I kind of give some information about why I think it sold, what it sold for, and those types of things. And hopefully we all can learn something about the items that are going out of this office today. And I will say, I have a mix of really fantastic items, and then I have a little bit of some stinker items, which I think that we can learn from both of them, myself included, being that, as you guys know, I have a huge sale going on in my eBay store, and things are moving. Apparently, if you just want everything to sell, just drop it down to like $4 a piece, and they'll all sell for you. Well, actually, I put on about 1/3 of my sale on 50% off. I added coupons and some other things. I talked about it in some previous videos, and things are moving. So that's great, and it'll be good to kind of look at the items that really are my lower priced items as well as the best sales. Now, if you can see, look at this. Like I'm like, I need a bigger desk, I think, because when I do these videos this way where I kind of pull all the inventory that needs to be sold, this is getting a little sketchy, my friends. Like, this is a pretty big pile of items. So let's talk about it. I do have a lot, so I may be kind of rushing through some of these items sold just because I don't want this to get way too long. Let's talk about the numbers. And while I've been pulling all of these this morning, I've already gotten several more sales on actually eBay. I got a Poshmark bundle. So these numbers were as of this morning, Monday, December 8th. And I've already sold probably about $100 more since I pulled all these items and I'm doing this video. So here we go. Here's the numbers. So these Monday Ship With Me What Sold videos are for Saturday and Sunday. I do ship Monday through Friday. There could be a straggler in there, like a late night Friday sale, but most of the sales are from Saturday and Sunday. On eBay, I did $408.25 in sales, and that was 25 items. So it's a mix of like some solid $40 sales and then some $6 sales. But 25 items, so that's pretty good in my opinion. Poshmark actually did okay, thank goodness. $144 for 6 sales. And for 2 days, that's not terrible. I feel like that's okay. And Depop did great. Depop did $72.96 for 2 days. And usually Depop, you know, I'm only doing between 2 and 4 sales on Depop a week. They're my lowest performing platform, but $72.96 I think is great for a weekend. So a grand total for the weekend of $624.96 and 34 items moved out. I know I've gotten at least 3 additional sales since I pulled all this. So at the end of the day, when I'm going to go to my post office today, this afternoon, it'll be about $700 worth of sales, and I have a Whatnot that I already put together. So I better get a really nice little gift for my post office ladies. I will say that they are wonderful. They treat me very well. They are good people, and I do, you know, I'm always getting them something. They like chocolate and they like a couple different things. So make sure we all treat our delivery and our post office people good, especially this time of the year when they're overwhelmed with crazy amounts of packages. So there you have it, about $700 total at the end of the day today. And I think that's fantastic. All my numbers are up. Woohoo! All the arrows were pointing up. So that is always fantastic. You guys check in. Let me know how you guys are doing. How are your weekend sales? How many are you shipping out? What platform did well for you? And woo, we better get to it, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Tons to look at here. A couple really awesome items that I will uncover. These are some of my best sales here. So if you only stick around for 10-20 minutes on my videos, I'll get to some of these. There's a lot of great sales here, but we better get moving. Can I go fast? Yes. Yes, I can. We can do this. But you guys know, you all check in and let me know how you're doing. All right, this is a really awesome sale. I love selling vintage items. Ooh, I have a long list of to be shipped here. It's a vintage made in the USA, so it's just this like paper tag girl's dress. So this is actually a youth item. Found it at the bins. I put in like prairie cottagecore in school because this is like a schoolgirl dress. It was made in the USA. How cute is this thing? Oh my gosh. Found at the bins, probably paid less than $1. It sold for $23.23 within a month. Like I've said before, I do like selling vintage items, made in the USA items. Sometimes they can sit with, you know, that's common with some vintage and or style-based items, but this sold pretty quickly. And that's my goal for my bins items, is taking an item that costs $1 and flipping it for $20, which typically leads about $15 in profit. That's where I always want to be, or better. I mean, better, you know, $30 or $40 sales would be even, you know, that'd be great. But this is a solid bread and butter. That's where I would like to be. Plus shipping, $23.23. Made in the USA, size 10. Woo, can I get to my business cards back here? I've got a lot sitting here. My goodness. Checker schoolgirl dress, prairie cottage core. Let's get this shipped, huh? And keep her moving. In my cute little poly mailers, I have some Christmas holiday. This is going out to Los Angeles, California. Woo! All right. Wouldn't this be cute for like a holiday, like a music? You know how the littles usually have some kind of play, Christmas play or holiday choir thing. That would be really cute. I wonder if that's where this is going. It's 14 ounces. 14 ounces out to California though is $7.17 because it's so far away. California usually is a little bit more expensive for me, so woo. Los Angeles, a great solid sale. I remember finding this in one of my haul videos or showing you guys this. This is also from the bins and a great brand to know. So let's get to that one next. Some of you knew this brand and some of you didn't. I did not until I ran the comps at the bins. This is so lightweight. This probably cost me 50 cents at the bins. The brand, ooh, where is this sale? Oh, Proenza Shoulder, size large, black and yellow, all over print, long sleeve, USA. And some of you knew this brand and some of you didn't. There it is. Proenza Shoulder. Just a lightweight, long sleeve and an all over print, 100% cotton, made in the USA. It's the brand that made this valuable. I did not know it at the time. So, Proenza Shoulder. It sold for $44 plus shipping. At the bins, I paid 50 cents. So my profit on this one top is $34.70. Ooh, now that's really what I'm talking about. If I could always do that. A brand I didn't know. The sell-through rate was a little bit slower. I think it's one of those designer higher priced brands that doesn't move as quick. But still, it sold for $44, this lightweight top. $34. No, it sold for $44. My profit is $34. Excuse me. So, fantastic sale and a new brand to kind of keep your eye out for. Like I said, I did not know it. I looked it up at the bins and I was like, whoa, when you start seeing things, when you Google a new brand or you look at your eBay solds and you're seeing solds, you know, in the 40s, 60s, you're like, whoo, okay, hold on a second here. Maybe we got something. We got something good. So that was very exciting. A fantastic sale. All right, this is another great sale, Poshmark sale. Love this, of course, this like kind of Fair Isle, wintry, snowy print sweater. The brand is Obermeyer. Obermeyer. Now, someone sent me an offer which was a smidge lower than what I was hoping for, but because now is the time to sell this stuff, I accepted. So I got this at a regular thrift store for $5. Someone offered $30 plus shipping, and I accepted that. So my profit on this Obermeyer kind of Fair Isle winter snowy sweater in a size medium is $19. So still a solid profit. I thought because of the style, it would go for a little bit more, but I accepted the offer, and I'm happy to get it moving. Perfect time to sell something like this. You know, anyone who's really sending me reasonably priced offers on sweaters, winter things, I am trying to be open-minded and accept it. Although I can tell you what bugs me? Is I have this huge sale going on. And yes, I could have or should have taken off the offers on a lot of these items, but I just didn't. I just left it. I'm like, if it's getting discounted to $5, who would offer me $2? People. That's who. I've gotten so many even lower ball offers on my mega sale. I'm calling it the mega sale because it's a huge discount and it's on a lot of my store. And things are listed for $5 and people will send me an offer for $4.50. I'm like, are you guys serious? Come on. Anybody, how do you guys deal with or feel about that type of thing happening? I mean, sometimes I'm like, it's $2.75 and people will send me an offer for $2. I'm like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of ridiculous. It just seems crazy to me. Just buy it for $2.75 then. Why are you trying to get me for 75 cents when it's already only $2? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And on the sale, I'm just like, really? I feel like it's worth the $2.75. So there's a little bit of fuzz on this. So I was just cleaning it up quick. I do find that some materials kind of collect fuzzies more than others. In fact, I have a sweatshirt that I really should just donate at this point because every time I wear it, it just collects all the fuzzies, all the hair, it just like collects everything. And I don't know why. This Obermeyer sweater is going out to Seattle, Washington. Great sale though. $19 profit. Nothing wrong with that. Get those sweaters moving and out of my closet. This one's a fun one. Oh yeah. This is probably my favorite sale. This is one of my favorite items I've ever found, probably. Look how pretty this is. This sold on Depop. It is a vintage nutcracker sweatshirt made in the USA. It's the all over puffy print. Should this be my thumbnail? Look at this. Oh man, I am just obsessed. It's that puffy paint we used to use like in the 90s and Y2K era. Obviously a very lovely Christmas, holiday, winter snow scene, vintage, made in the USA. This sold for $34 on an offer. And I just accepted it. Time to move it out. It's super cute. Most of the solds were in the $30 to $50 range on these puffy paint style sweaters. And I love this. Vintage 90s Nutcracker Christmas sweater, puffy graphic paint on Depop. So this is a very solid sale. And Depop has such low fees. And it takes me such a low amount of time to use my Nifty to ship it that, to cross-post it, that every sale on there is just like a plus for me. Cross-posting every day takes me 3 minutes, maybe less sometimes. And because Depop's fees are so little. The fees on this was $1.75. That's all they took from a $34 sale because their fees are so low. So if you're thinking about Depop, that might be a reason to give it a shot, is the fees are so low. Going out to Massachusetts. Uh-oh, looks like this kind of ripped, so I may have to double bag it. My poly mailer looks like it ripped here. So I'm gonna put it in another one. Because now that one ripped. Boop. And I'm really happy to get that item out. I'm hoping someone's gonna rock that at a Christmas party. Do I have another? I have a chore coat here. You know, I always say this every Monday, is like, you just never know what's gonna sell, because I also have a Hawaiian dress. I have several sandals, you know, several dresses. You never know what is going to be selling. This also sold on Depop. This is another solid bread and butter from the bins. It's new with tags, J. Crew. The price on it was $64.50. It's the work shirt in a size small. You know, smalls are usually a little bit harder for me. I've been passing on a lot of smalls unless it really has a lot going for it. This is brand new with tags, J. Crew. It's like a chambray, you know, kind of that beachy look. But it sold for $19.26 on an offer from Nifty. And again, the fees on a $20 sale on Depop was $1.40. So the fees are so low. This is a great bread and butter. From the bins, probably $1 to $20. Depop's gonna give me $17.84 after fees. So because the fees are so low, my profit's $16.80 on this, and that's fantastic. So that's a great, like, solid bread and butter sale. So I'm happy with that too. Going down to Georgia. Whoop. Here we go. Okay. Down to Georgia. $16 profit. Excellent. Here's one of these summer items that, you know, you just never know when it's going to sell. A fantastic sale here, my friends. If you don't know this brand, you should. It's Vintage Jams World. Jams World. This fun, tropical, eclectic, colorful dress. Jams World and Hello Haiti kind of, they sell well for me. This sold for $41 plus shipping. Vintage Jams World, multicolor sleeveless dress, bright, colorful, hippie. Their stuff is very bright, usually either tropical or colorful. A great sale. I love finding their items. Let's see where this is going. Oh, it's going to Illinois. Oh, that's not far from me. If you don't know, I'm in Wisconsin here in the 22-degree weather. Hey, go Packers! Do I have any Bears fans on? My family is a split house. So my husband is a Bears fan and I'm a Packers fan. Luckily, the kids chose one of each. My Coleman, my big guy, he's a Packers fan. My other son, Mason, he is a Bears fan. So yesterday was a Bears-Packer game. Woo! And the Packers won. Yeah, baby. Last minute play. Interception. Oops. And go Pack go. Who do you guys watch for your, does anybody actually watch football? Like, I'm not like a huge, like, I'm not, oh, I gotta watch it every time. You know, my boys love it. My one son does play football. So yeah, that was fun. Oh, it's early in the video to talk about food. We made so much food. We made a queso dip with Italian sausage, rotel, and white queso Velveeta. That's really good. And some chips, of course, guacamole, Jam's World. Great sale, good brand to know. My husband smoked some chicken wings. We cooked a bunch of chicken on the grill. I mean, we just, a bunch of dips, and yeah, we went all out and ate all kinds of things. What's your favorite, like, you know, Packer party type of food? Yeah, we made all kinds of food. What else? The queso dip is one of my favorites. Again, I'm a Wisconsin girl. I love cheese. I can't help it. I also love chicken wings. Like, if we also grilled steaks. I also love grilled steak. We did stuffed mushrooms. We did bacon wrapped jalapeno. They call them like snake bites. Some people do, like, they're cream cheese filled jalapeno peppers wrapped in bacon. Oh yeah, fantastic. Now I will say, my friends, I have been trying to eat a little bit better. My husband's losing weight. I feel like men just lose weight because it's like they just stop doing one thing and they lose like 20 pounds. And he's kind of encouraged me to try to, he hasn't encouraged me. Him making better choices has encouraged me to want to make some better choices as well. So we'll see. Maybe I'll make a New Year's resolution. I don't know. Is it even, do people even do those anymore? This is Adrian Vittendini. I never know how to say that. 100% silk tunic blazer in a blue. It had all these buttons, which kind of gave me like a really unique feel. Let's see. But 100% silk tunic blazer, size 8. Not a brand I do very well with, though, if I'm being honest. Most of their items I pass on. I think I'm maybe stuffing these too much because they don't seem to be liking what I'm throwing in there. So, let's see. I'm going to put this over there. $18.01 plus shipping. So, not great, not terrible. A, you know, kind of an okay sale. Going out to Nebraska. Am I going any faster than normal? I don't think so. This is going to take forever. I don't think I'm ever going to get this done. Said I was going to go faster than normal. Ooh, it's 15.9 pounds. Usually once you go over that 1 pound mark, there is like, it seems like the shipping kind of makes a jump. Ooh, I don't like this at all. I think I'm going to lie about the pounds on this. 1 pound going out to Nebraska. The cost is $6.66. I don't like that. Anybody superstitious, or is it just me? 666, huh? Ooh, gosh. Ugh. Okay. Getting that printout and off. Hopefully that goes okay. Jeez, what was that about, huh? We have this 2XLT vintage cardigan, grandpa core, preppy. Let's see how heavy this is. It's pretty heavy. 1 pound, 4 ounces. Oh, what happened there? That was interesting. Case of the Mondays, huh? Ground Advantage is $6.73 because it's going to Pennsylvania, which is a close state to me, thankfully. I have this chore coat here to ship as well, so that will be another great sale. I did think this was going to go for a little bit more. I think maybe the red color was a little bit of a negative. A lot of those chore coats, they're looking for different tans, browns, black, gray, kind of like those neutral colors. This is a vintage Marlboro store chore coat with a genuine leather trim. That's one thing you want to look for with these heftier, like kind of chore coats, is some kind of different contrasting trim. Corduroy, whatever it happens to be. This is a leather trim on this giant chore coat. And it went for $25 plus shipping on an offer from the buyer. And I really hemmed and hawed on this one. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's worth more than that. But now's the time. Get rid of it. Move it on. I got this for $5 at a garage sale over the summer. So still, I'm still making profit. I just wanted a little bit more out of it. Don't be picky, Kimmy. Get it moving. Get it moving. After fees, I still make $15. So, you know, I gotta take what I can get. So I'm shipping this in one of my Ground Advantage boxes. Remember, anything priority mail is going, anything Poshmark is going Ground Advantage now. And luckily I do have all of my supplies from them. I do know some people are still waiting for supplies, or I also heard some people got like 10 times what they ordered. So for some reason there was a glitch in the system, and someone who ordered like 2 sets of boxes somehow got 5 sets for some reason. Yikes. Did anybody have that happen to them? Anyway, that will go. I do like having those boxes available. But yes, I heard someone the other day was like, they just keep shipping more boxes to me, USPS, with this new Ground Advantage. I'm like, oh my goodness, poor thing. She just keeps getting more and more and more. All right, we have a ton of different just okay sales. Oh my goodness. Where do we start? No, don't leave me. We're going to learn from these sales as well. So this is a Lane Bryant. It took forever to sell. Lane Bryant in general in plus size for me is a slow mover. So I'm going to be staying away from most Lane Bryant unless I think I'm going to put it in my plus size whatnot shows. And it needs to be a quality item. No plain tees, no tiny tank tops, like just plain camis or anything. They have to have something going for it. Lane Bryant for plus size is just not moving. I am just a crazy mess here today. Going out to Texas, it's still a nice item, but Lane Bryant is not moving for me. So I will be passing on a lot of Lane Bryant, which is one of those things. It used to be one of my favorite brands to sell in plus size maybe 5 years ago, and it's just not that way anymore. Down to Texas, $6.84. No profit on that. Wah, wah. Lane Bryant is going to mostly be a pass for me. Now this item here was actually my husband's. It is a Harley Davidson hoodie, and it had a rip, so he re-sewed it. And so I noted it. He doesn't wear like this Harley Davidson stuff anymore. His brothers used to work for Harley Davidson. So he, for Christmas and stuff, they'd give us t-shirts or whatever just because, you know, that's where they worked and that's what they supported. So, but he doesn't wear it anymore. It was ripped. It went for $9 plus shipping. And I have another Harley Davidson item that was on my sale. And just in general, I would say, unless you have like a really good quality vintage Harley Davidson, it's sitting for me. And my t-shirts are only going for between $10 and $20. If you find something really unique, right? Vintage, single stitch, you know, certain locations, that's where you can obviously make a little bit more money. But these two items both didn't go for much. Going to Pennsylvania. Of course, this one had a rip and stuff, but if you know Harley Davidson, their items are super expensive. 1 pound, 4 ounces to Pennsylvania is, again, Pennsylvania is cheaper for me. It's $6.73. And away she goes. You see this huge stack I have going here? Oh my goodness. I'm going to be loading the vehicle up. All right, next. So again, we have some more stinker sales here. This item is a dress. It's really cute. It gave me like nautical, kind of, yeah, nautical, coastal, beachy vibes. It is Christopher Banks striped short sleeve knee length dress in a size large, sold for $3.83. So again, not much left there. Honestly, Christopher Banks really shouldn't be much of a pickup. I'm not sure how long this was around, but I know not to pick up that brand anymore. Again, it's never to say something about the item or the brand itself. It's mostly because of resale, value. They're not moving. They don't have a good sell-through rate. People aren't really looking for that, and it sits around way too long. So, not much meat on the bone in that one. Going to Arkansas, 12 ounces. It's going to cost $5.86. No meat on the bone on that one either. See, here's this Harley Davidson tee. I have a Vineyard Vines here that didn't really do that great either. We're getting along here. This Matilda Jane. Now this is a brand to know for kid stuff. Matilda Jane. There's a couple that I still do okay in. Matilda Jane. It's a really cute little dress. Sold on my sale, $4.77 plus shipping. Most of my higher end kids stuff I am saving for my kids shows from now on Whatnot. Because most of them, don't go for more than $15 to $20. And it just doesn't pay for me to list them. Really cute, expensive. Matilda Jane's expensive stuff. Going to Virginia. 4 ounces. And it's going to cost $4.76. Yeah, I would love some ideas for some dinners this week. We also went Christmas shopping, my husband and I. So we tried out a new, local dive bar restaurant in the town we went to. It's kind of a tradition for us to go out shopping at least one time, together, and then he might stop after work or I might go at a certain time, separately. But it was nice to get out and to do some shopping together, and we did pretty well. I keep a list. You guys know I'm a list girl. I write everything down. What did we get for who, where, what size was it? And then hopefully we'll narrow it down in the next week or two because we're already coming up to Christmas. Oh my gosh, it's happening so fast. This is a J. Jill size medium corduroy button-up shirt. It sold for $7.95 plus shipping on my mega sale. So I had it listed in $16, $17 range. Sat for a while. I do think the color red probably helped it sell for this mega sale. Didn't, not making millions of dollars on that. J. Jill, love the brand. Going to be sticking to more substantial pieces, higher sizes, better quality materials. Nothing wrong with this item, but it's also going to Iowa. $7.95 plus shipping. Iowa should be pretty reasonable for me as well. $5.64. And yeah, we went to this new, we've heard about it before, we've never stopped. And it was really good, really affordable, smaller place. I got some chicken wings. See, I told you I'm a chicken girl. I got some chicken wings and a shrimp basket, and we got mini tacos. I love mini tacos. It was really good, and it was affordable, and we sat and kind of hung out. There was some locals in there chuckling, and they were a hoot. A hoot. Here's this Harley Davidson graphic t-shirt, size 2XL, Flames, Michigan. Not, what did this sell for? $7.61 plus shipping. It is kind of distressed. It's on my mega sale. Finally, I guess, selling some of these things at $7, $8 is when it will move quickly, because this is all part of my mega sale I started last week, and it has been crazy since then. I've gone down about 100 listings since this sale, even though I am still listing new items for sale, because I am shipping so many items out with this sale. Now, it's not just obviously these mega sale items. Obviously, I showed you guys some items that already sold for a good amount as well. So I do think it's helping drive traffic to my store, and eBay is seeing that I'm having a lot of sales, so I'm still getting regular sales as well, and that is good. In fact, I got one this morning while I was pulling all these orders, like a $30 sale. So I think that's good. Moving inventory, also still selling solid, sale items in December here, trying to move things out. All right, this is the Vineyard Vines. Now, I had picked up a couple of these at a thrift store on a half off. It was $3. So far, this is the only one that has moved. Vineyard Vines, expensive, preppy brand. And it is a size large. It's the whale shirt, 100% cotton. Expensive, pricey brand. I picked up 3 because there was probably from the same guy. And this one sold on my mega sale for $7.95 plus shipping. So really, after fees and my cost of goods, I'm not making a whole lot on this Vineyard Vines button-up shirt. If and when I do find this brand, I'm going to definitely check my comps a little bit more and really see where things are at. It might be a pass. I don't know. But has not done well for me. It's 11 ounces going out to Mississippi. $5.90. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. If you make it this long, I always say that, let me know how you feel about some of these brands. Vineyard Vines, are you still picking it up? Is it not a good pickup for you? I think I would be extremely selective with anything Vineyard Vines that I find in the future. Sitting too long. This is a motherhood maternity dress, and it had this lovely lace. It's solid black, and it was new with tags, but in general, I think I will be passing on maternity items in general. Motherhood maternity size 3X fit and flare dress, $3.50 is what this sold for. Not a whole lot, and it sat forever. I don't think I'll be picking up anything maternity. And I think part of that reason is people who have maternity clothes end up selling them like in lots on Marketplace and stuff, because eventually you just don't need it anymore. And people get it for a decent price elsewhere. I don't think they need to buy it on eBay. I don't know. I've never really done well with maternity things, so I'm going to be passing on that. Down to Florida, $7.67. Oh, my kids would just laugh and giggle and roll on the floor right now. If you know, you know. Any teen parents out there. Oh my gosh. We went to Culver's 2 weeks ago. My son had a basketball game. If they win and stuff, we're always like, all right, you get to pick where to go. Pick to go Culver's. We ordered what we all wanted, and our total was $67.76. And first of all, our car with my 2 boys just died laughing, We went up to the window. The checkout girl was laughing so hard. Another teen, probably high schooler, giggling. And my husband's driving, but I like look over. I'm like, what are you giggling for? And she's like, well, your total's 67. You're now epic. This is what the teen high school cashier at Culver's said to us because our total was $67. She said, we're now a legend. We're epic at Culver's. It's funny how much a number can they just think it's so funny. Olive and Oak. Women's extra small fit and flare skater dress. I'm not buying any extra small or small dresses. I have a ton of them and they just take forever to move. So that, this took forever. $2.69. That's how low I had to get this item to. Olive and Oak. Extra small skater dress will be a big pass for me. But yeah, she was giggling. You could see the kids in the background were giggling. Like, what are y'all laughing about back there? You guys are epic. All because our total had a 67 in it. My goodness. This is also going out to Florida. $6.99. Oof. For this dress. We're getting down there. Can we keep this under an hour? I hope so. Yeah, I'd love for the tween parents to check in on that one. Do your kids do that too now anytime? Like we'll go in our vehicle and it has like a temperature setting, right? My kid set it to 67. My thermostat, all of a sudden it'll be set to 67. Like they just think it's so funny to turn everything to 67. This is a no-name ALC plus size top. Again, there's no brand on this. There's no real selling point. It's not 100% linen. It sold for $8.81. Sat for forever. Will not be picking up no name, basically anything, unless there's the style based and the Y2K part attached to it. You guys know I love that. But this did not have anything. This was just a plaid button-up shirt in a plus size 3X. No brand. Did not sell for a lot. Sat around too long. Really cute. I love a good plaid. But, yeah, not much meat there and took too long to sell. Idaho, 7 ounces. Whoops. 20 pounds. No, that's not right. So do you guys have some resolutions? I'm going to be putting out my goals for my next year here soon. But do you have any New Year's resolutions? Anything you're going to try to do better in 2026? Can't believe it. We're 3 weeks away from 2026. It's insane. Oh boy. My post office people are going to love me today. Now, I bought this because I thought I was going to wear it. It's just Old Navy, 2XL. It's a pleated dress, pin tuck dress. And it just was not flattering on me. So I knew it wasn't going to go for a whole lot. It sold on my half off sale for $8.03 plus shipping. You know, a lot of times I don't like trying things on in the store. How about you guys? I mean, some people, they'll try on 30 things and they love it. I don't. So I will, luckily since I am a thrifter, sometimes I take things home. And if I don't like it, when I actually try it on at home, I will just, you know, I'll just sell it instead. Thankfully, I have that option. I mean, $8 plus shipping for an Old Navy dress. That's not really, you know, that's not horrendous. Old Navy, I do occasionally pick up a more substantial dress from them, like a long maxi length dress that's either tiered, ruffled, or has, you know, a flower detail. And those will go between $20 and $25. So really, it's not surprising this only sold for $8 plus shipping. Going out to Massachusetts. We do have a couple, I don't even know. You ever find something that, you know, you're shipping out and you're like, why did I pick that up in the first place? Why? Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking because it's a low cost at the bins or something. This was just like a kind of a travel bag, Milano, and it's new. It has like still the plastic and stuff on it, but there, I don't even know like what Milano. It's just like a makeup bag. Not much value there. I mean, it sold for like $2. Should have never picked it up. Nothing substantial. Not really a big Milani brand. It's just like a little tote bag. You know, you're not going to get a whole lot for that. And probably a waste of a pickup there. Silly me. What am I thinking? Why do I do that? I don't know. Going to New Jersey. I don't understand myself sometimes. But I'm really looking to make better choices next year for sure. Well, and currently, but I'm just saying like clear out 2025, like $5. Whew. And I also made a note. Ginger Marvin, she always does like a weekly note of her goals and accomplishments, and she just posted about some significant weight loss. I'm really happy for her. She's a very genuine, down-to-earth person as well, and she really kind of motivated me. So I made a to-do. What am I going to get done today? What are my goals, to help me stay focused and on track with what I want to get done. She has like, I don't even know how many followers, 1 million now. This is a Cup She swimsuit. Again, I think I'll be extremely picky with Cup She. Size large, ruched, halter top, one-piece swimsuit. $4.07. You know, some of these are selling with my Nifty app. I have it set to still send out a 5% off discount if they like it, even at the 50% off mega sale. So that's why you get a lot of these weird numbers. 407. But Cup She is going to be mostly a pass for me. Not a brand that does well. 9 ounces going out to Mississippi. But yeah, Ginger Marvin, she's one of the most consistent people I listen to. You know, I find her strategies really interesting. She will take items from the bins and go sell them at like a children's resale shop. And usually, a lot of times that covers her bins trip. Her Denver bins is just amazing. She finds like Patagonia every day of the week. Like I don't get that lucky. This is a Y2K halter tank top size medium floral lace. Another like style based item. Sold on my sale for $4.87. Happy to move it out. I do quite a bit in these Y2K tank tops. Usually I get more like 15 to 20, but this fell into my sale and away it goes. Out to Texas. San Benito, Texas. All right. Sounds nice. It's only going to be 4 ounces. But yeah, I've learned a lot from her. Also, she, you know, on her to-do lists every day, she has weight loss type of things noted. So she wants to go on a walk. She wants to lift weights today. So I'm going to try to incorporate some of that into my to-do lists as well. Like I said, you know what, friends, if you're here at 48 minutes, you're gonna, you're my people, so you're okay listening to this. I have been chubby my whole life, okay? I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, and I was still chubby and one of the biggest one, pretty much the biggest one on each of the teams. So I don't need to be, I'm not like gonna get crazy or anything. I don't expect myself to lose 200 pounds or anything, but I do think, and I think there's some value there with my body and having a lot of pains and being mobile and everything. Ginger Marvin also talked about this, that she had a hard time walking upstairs. Sometimes I do too. I'm like, man, why am I breathing so hard? What's happening? Well, I'm out of shape, y'all. I'm out of shape. So you know, I'm going to set realistic goals and hopefully be able to incorporate a little of that into my goals for 2026 as well. I don't need to run a marathon. You know, for those of you that do, that's seriously amazing. I just want to be able to function like a normal human being and maybe, you know, lose a couple pounds in the process. Yeah, you know, I don't need, I just want to set some realistic, healthy goals of taking care of myself a little bit better. Now, this is a style-based item that I am surprised didn't do better. It's a velvet burnout. Look how pretty this is. Long sleeve dress. The brand didn't add any value. It was simply Vera Wang. It did end up in my sale. So it's $8.98 plus shipping. So it must have been right at like $19, $20 and was part of this sale at half off. If this didn't land in the sale, I bet it would have still sold between $15 and $20 eventually. Some of my style-based items do take a little bit longer to sell. I put Whimsy Goth and Gothic in this. So it's okay though. Get it moving and get it out of my shop. I mean, I even sold a Lululemon in my mega sale, but it was a flawed item. I'll show you guys that one next. I didn't realize there was a flaw until I got it back home. I hate when that happens. You're looking it over and you swear you looked it over 19 times and you still missed something. This dress is going to South Carolina and it's 14 ounces. $6.84. You know, I still think that would have sold between 15 and 20 if it didn't end up in that sale. But you know, my nifty tool relists my items every 30 to 60 days on eBay. It's 90 days on Poshmark, and it will lower the price. So every month my items get a little bit lower in hopes of getting fresh eyes on it, and of course getting a price where someone's like, yeah, I'll buy that for that. Here's the flaw in this. I didn't realize like someone had manually, like physically cut it off. So they must not have liked the length. Lululemon leggings. Nice dark purple. But I didn't realize till I got home that someone had cut it off themselves. Like cut off the pant leg. Went for $8.12 plus shipping. Again, just low enough to get in my 50% off sale. I put anything that was $19 or less on 50% off. So this just hit that. And I did put a big letter flaw in my listing, and I did put it all in the description. I tried to be very upfront. But let's be real, a lot of Lululemon leggings are really only going for between $20 and $30. The leggings. Just like kind of your basic items, especially in the smaller sizes, they're not selling for as much as they used to. And that's just the cycle of reselling, you know. Some things kind of come and go and they end up not being as valuable as they once were. There's other brands that now are more valuable and I didn't even know about them several years ago. So we're getting down here to the end. I do have a bundle here from Poshmark. She said she needed it ASAP. And it did include 2 of these vintage pantyhose. Now, if you don't remember, I picked up about 6 or 7 of these at the Goodwill outlet bins. You know, they're like this is 2 ounces. I pay $1.50 per pound, so it cost me like 20 cents a piece for these. Probably a little less. No, about 20. Yeah, 20 cents. And this was part of her bundle. I've already sold a couple other ones. I think I have 1 left from that pickup. She picked up 2 of those and then this cashmere top. And it sold for $26. It says each of these went for $8 a piece. So really that's not bad. Like 20 cents to $8. And then a Ruby Tuesday cashmere top went for $15. And so the total, well, it says my earnings were $22.08. But she said she needed it ASAP, so happy to get this out. So, you know, those vintage, look for made in the USA, like maybe older labels. Like this was an older Hanes label. Some of them will go for $10 to $20 a piece. And, you know, at 20 cents, I was like, now should I or would I pick that up in 2026? I don't know. I probably shouldn't because it wasn't a $20 sale. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna do a couple more minutes of this. This is a vintage Y2K top that ended up in my sale as well. It ended up selling for $8.25 plus shipping. Again, just in that that range that ended up in my sale. So it's the baby doll cut, the belt, the tie around back, and it does have a paper tag made in the USA. I sell these all the time. Usually I get between $15 and $20. This ended up in my sale for $7.25 plus shipping. And we have a pair of GH Bass Weejunes. I sell these pretty often. I do like selling loafers and driving shoes. And so those were a good sale we can get going here. Going out to Florida on this Y2K baby doll style top. 8 ounces is, whew, must be way down south because it says, oh, maybe, let me adjust the, there we go. Uh-oh. I just put in, it says, no services available. I wonder if eBay is glitching. Let's see. Okay. It won't give me any services available. I'm going to reboot. Oh my gosh. It says I have 2 offers. Oh, 2 more things. Let's see. Let's reboot this and see. I put in all the stuff and then it said no shipping options available. Ooh, okay, it's fine now. It's fine. Woo! That always makes me nervous when that happens. 5:15. It said there was no services available. Y2K. Vintage. You know, like I said, my style-based pieces are between 15 and 25. I'm really going to make sure I'm stacking the reasons to pick them up so that more of them are going to go in the $20 range. Here's those Weejunes. Yeah, it says I have more offers to look at already. I'm telling you, it's just like nonstop with this mega sale. But it is a mix. Like these Weejunes went for $29 plus shipping. A customer offered $29. I usually get more like $35 to $45 for my Weejunes. But I'm letting it go. Breathe in. I'm letting it go. So I accepted their offer. The Weejunes, I share these in my haul videos. A lot of like these loafer, driving shoe, penny loafer, $29 plus shipping. I also sold, see, these are the sandals I sold. These are Dansko, more of a clog style strappy ankle strap sandal. You know, why are those selling in winter? Maybe because people are thinking about their travel already. So, you know, you never know when things are going to sell. These are $24 plus shipping. On these, I picked them up at the bin, so that's a nice solid $20 sale. And shockingly on Depop, I sold these J-Boos, J-B-U-U, ooh, or Jambu. Look at this sole. Check your soles. The soles are great on these. Again, maybe someone is already planning on hiking, going somewhere, maybe even tropical, right? For holiday, for winter, for spring break. And I do pretty well with these as well. The JBU kind of water shoes. These sold for $22.50 plus shipping. And I think that's great. I pick these up at the bins a lot. But you really have to check. Like, if they're a walking shoe, someone might have really walked on them. Just a couple other miscellaneous things here. I don't want to... And then I will be able to get this out. So, woo! Almost $700. Let's check these. What do I have? I have a couple offers here sitting already. I've sold $227 today so far. See, and these are offers on things that I already have discounted. So this is an item that's currently listed for $13.31. It's 50% off, so it's currently priced at $6.65, and someone offered me $5. So they want like an extra $1.60 off of it. This is what I'm talking about. Should we check this other one? Let's see what this other one is. Then I'm going to go finish this up and get this to my post office. Let's see what this other offer is. The item is $11.81. It's on my 50% off sale, so it's $5.90. It's a Lane Bryant top, and they offered me $4. I mean, this is what I mean with these low, like, really? You couldn't just take it for the $5.90? I don't know. I'll probably accept both of them, honestly, because I'm looking to move it out, start fresh, start new goals. Anybody want to jump on this? Let's make sure we're getting a walk in, getting some exercise in with me. You know, my channel is supposed to be reselling, and I do think I lose subscribers sometimes because I talk about my family, I talk about food, I talk about some personal things, and I do think I lose people sometimes, you know, that way. But, you know, that's just part of my channel. I feel like, yeah, I'm 80% reselling, but I also want it to be a little bit more personal. I like connecting with you guys. I like, we're all growing together. We're all on this journey together. So I guess maybe my channel won't always be for everyone. And obviously I'm never going to just be like, my videos will always entail thrifting, reselling, and that's my life. That's my job. That's what I'm doing on this channel. But every once in a while I throw in some personal things and people will be like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So you guys tell me, check in. Love these Monday. Ship with me what solds. Ton of items going out. Plus my whatnot. Oh my gosh. I'm going to finish boxing these up and I will be done. Great weekend. Hopefully get 15 listed. Give me your dinner ideas for this week. I need a couple ideas. I need to do another soup. Maybe just a good old homemade tomato soup. I need something. I've done a potato soup. I did the chicken tortellini. I did something else too. The spinach tortellini soup. That one was so good. All right. I love you guys so much. I do really appreciate you all being here and hyping my videos. And shout out to Lisa, who sent me buy me a coffee, and Sunny Las Vegas, who rated my show the other night. Awesome guy. Love them both to pieces. Really thankful for their support. And of course, for all of your support. You guys know I love you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, my friends.